Gamercast Network.
Hey. All right. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Hey guys, Chad here bringing you a best of the first 6 episodes of the Gamercast Network video game show compiled by loyal listener and Gamercast Network forum moderator cobolisdead. Enjoy.
Next topic.
Plays.
Wait, don't you want to ask Keith any questions?
Dude, I'm not exciting. There's nothing new in my life. I'm still stuck in Cleveland.
But you're still going to be on the show, right? We're still going to have... We need the originator of, the ham sandwich and Emilio the llama and Hepe the fish boy and the
Actually,
other...
Hepe
I know,
is
Keith,
Chris.
what are the nipples channeling right at this moment?
Oh, the nipples see big things.
Oh, that's right, dude.
Actually, I think I'm just looking at my nipples as large. But, the nipples see big things ahead. Very big things.
Next topic.
Madden's always going to make money, because even people who are casual gamers, like the jocks and stuff, college boys who, get drunk and play Madden, it's going to sell.
I picked up 2007 for 360, and
What?
Chris is choking.
What? Why? I mean, yes, excellent purchase for your Microsoft product.
Next topic.
Phantom Entertainment, formerly Infinium Labs, maker of the much-anticipated Phantom game console.
It was not anticipated at all.
And they were not makers. They'd made nothing.
It's anticipated by us, at least. Well, they really haven't made nothing because they've announced they're moving to a software-only platform. So the Phantom is now software.
Well, at least the name makes more sense. Buy our new Phantom console. Get it, huh? Marketing.
Next topic.
So, some Xbox hardware manager named Robert S. Walker said that while Microsoft has no plans for future keyboard and mouse support for 360, they are looking at ways to modify the right analog stick on the controller to make it more conducive to the precise movements used in shooters and various other genres. So, Mr. Rumor Squasher, what do you have to say about that?
There are no plans for mouse or keyboard support on the Xbox 360, but we are looking at ways to change the right analog stick to make it more precise in first-person shooter gaming.
Yeah, but do you mean like a driver update or a whole new gamer pad?
Dude, I don't know. I was just parroting what you said a minute ago.
It was pretty funny.
That was good. That sounded... See, you're good for the job they hired you for. Because that was convincing.
Next topic.
So as you already know, Team Fortress 2 is being bundled with Half-Life 2 Episode 2. So this delay now makes it almost 9 years since Team Fortress 2 was first announced. And to let you know how long this has been going on...
9 years?
9 years.
I'm good at this game! Another one!
It won the Game Critics Award for Best Action Game at the 1999 E3.
So
What's
I guess
E3?
you're saying...
What?
So I guess you're saying Duke Nukem Forever has some competition.
Yeah, exactly. So if you were in college now, this game was first proposed while you're still in elementary school.
9 years ago. Dude, 9 years ago.
Wow.
That's a
Holy
long,
dude.
that's a long time
Thanks for
ago.
making me feel old.
Yeah, if you're 29 now, that means it was announced when you were 20.
Way to go, Captain Math.
By the way, I'm 29.
If you were 8 right now, you were not even alive.
You were not even that drink your mother shouldn't have had yet.
Next topic.
Okay, so XNA, it's a framework for basically making games for Windows and the Xbox 360. Right now, making games on Windows, you gotta know like DirectX and some programming and C++ to get something decent on Windows. But what XNA is gonna have is basically these simple tools to make a game that you can run on Windows, and then, if you want to, put it right on the Xbox 360.
So, I could pick it up and make a game.
That's what they want, basically, is so you
I thought you were
make
going
a
to say
game
that's
without...
to be debatable.
Debatable, not debatable. I mean, it's basically the goal is to have a whole drag and drop kind of interface for making games. You can click in things and drop things, click in your model of your
Half-naked anime
whatever,
babe?
and
With a
make
sword?
a
Okay.
game. Yes, half-naked anime babe
With a snake.
with a snake
On a plane.
on a plane.
With the minigun.
Sure.
Because they have to have a minigun.
And a goat sidekick.
Of course. Well, duh.
So it's really
You couldn't have handled that any better.
I'm never in this show again. Don't ask me to do the show next week.
just for God's sake. No.
Tom's making me talk.
Next topic.
You
Mine
bought
too.
the Atari because you had to. There was nothing else. That's why
That's true.
people owned the Atari and played that version of Pac-Man. Bang, bang, bang! Bang, bang, bang! I hate that game. Now, ColecoVision was for the rich kids, man. You got Atari 2600, you liked it, and you bought your games from Revco.
That's right.
Radio Shack.
And not even the real Atari games, the Activision ones that came on the cartridges with the stickers on them. I hated those. Like underwater fish swimmer super version. It's just some dude with a spear swims around
Laser
spearing
blast.
octopuses.
Laser blast and kaboom.
Don't knock Kaboom. Kaboom was awesome.
What
game.
about Jungle Hunt where you
I hated
stabbed
Kaboom.
crocodiles in the mouth?
I love that game.
Next topic.
Well, I went down to the corner store to find a game worth buying. But instead of an open door, big line to my dismay. Bumblefoot was at the lead. Down with gaming was their creed. 50 strong with soccer moms and a diabetic priest. OMG, are you all to lame? Can't you see they are just games? New Orleans looks like Rome for the war, and if you see the Middle East, one by one they failed to shame. One of my kid is such a pain. Instead of buying a console, should have made him get a job. In spite of Jackie's desperate plea, the crowd began to quickly flee, and I was finally free to get Dead Rising just for me. I ain't something rated E.
Next topic.
And once he called Batman gay, so, you know.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Which only adds to his coolness.
What?
Because Batman is gay.
Now you're on my hate list, too. Okay, that's fine.
Next topic.
All right, a hacker was able to crack the Second Life database and grab account information for every single Second Life customer. So I have no idea what kind of encryption they were using on the credit card information. So I hope it's one of those types of encryption
They
that are difficult to
transposed
hack.
the letter by one. So A is really B, C is really D.
Their encryption was tagline, not credit card data.
I don't know how they figured it out.
Was it really hacked, or did someone's avatar hack the virtual servers inside the Second Life
No, it
world?
was an actual. They got through it through the Second Life website.
The website.
Yeah, they didn't get it through the game. They got through the website
They logged into the website and got all the information.
and was able to get to game information. Yeah.
It's in this. It was actually in the EULA. Just if anyone actually read it, they could have hacked right in. It was like the prize.
There was a link that said billing people click here, and it was an Excel spreadsheet with all the names and addresses and credit card numbers.
EULA.
Next topic.
When asked about phone support in the PSP, a Sony executive, Azumi Kawashushi, said,
Congratulations.
I doubt that's his name, but go on.
Congratulations on pronouncing that.
Kawanishi.
Slamanasushi.
Seriously, that's his name.
You guys quit screwing around. We're trying to do a show here.
Don't you got to add a san on the end? So it's really Sushi-san.
Next topic.
Today's top story: Sony launch news, or the greatest blunder in product release history.
Well, I can't even make it through the
Greatest
pronunciation.
blunder
I
in
can't
reading of the title of the story ever.
Next topic.
All right, remember that whole big stink Sony made about 1080p was going to be the only true high definition, and that high definition doesn't start until Sony says it starts? Well, the PlayStation 3 will launch with zilch 1080p titles. So it looks like if you were hoping that the PlayStation 3 was going to develop 1080p gaming, then you are sorely
You were
mistaken.
hoping
I
that the
think the
PlayStation
first
3 was
gens-
developing anything. You were sorely mistaken.
The next gen of gaming starts when we say it does. Oh, well, the PS3 is out. Does it start now? Not yet. Keep waiting for it. Soon.
Next topic.
A couple months ago, we reported that Sony lost its head of public relations for the PlayStation division. Well, the electronics giant finally found a replacement in a Mr. David Cracker,
I found a replacement, Cracker.
who is undoubtedly well prepared to deal with Sony's current PR woes because his former job was Director of Communication for Allied Spirits and Wine, maker of such fine products as Kahlua, Canadian Club Whiskey, and Stoli Vodka.
Crazy Cracker's running out of popping now.
That cracker seems to know what he's doing.
We got some problems only that Cracker can fix.
I don't fell right out my chair.
Next topic.
There's going to be a World of Warcraft collectible card game coming out. So the loot cards are going to have varying degrees of rarity. So there's going to be like one for every few packs, one for every box, one for every case, which is 12 boxes.
It's like teaching heroin addicts how to farm poppies.
That's the joke of the show.
Next topic.
So this kind of stuff makes sense if you're a young kid. Let's say you were born in the '90s, and so you never really played the NES. For a lot of this material, this might be the very first time that you ever play the original Castlevania or
Kid Icarus.
My niece, who's like 7 or 8, came up to me with her DS Lite, and she said, "Have you ever heard of Super Mario Brothers?" And I just shook my head, like, "Yeah, they don't know that Super Mario Brothers
20 years
has been
old.
around for." And they're like, "What about? Have you ever heard of Sonic the Hedgehog?" And I'm just like, "What has gone wrong with our youth?" It's cool because they're pumped about it. Like, she was totally ecstatic about Mario Brothers and thought it was the greatest game in the universe.
Next topic.
Said everybody in reporter voice.
Everything sounds more dramatic when you talk.
Yes,
like
it
a reporter.
does, Keith. Back to you, Tom.
And Keith, our phone number.
208-964 game.
Oh, you ruined it, dude.
It was 986, I
It's
thought.
206-984.
All right. But I sounded dramatic when I said it incorrectly.
This is the video game website for the correct.
Visit GamerCastNock.com for all the correct contact
You
information.
might want to say the whole
GamerCastNeck.com.
GamerCastKnock.com.
I can't believe. Listen to our podcast to go to the website to get the proper information because people aren't aware. Rather than correct it, we're going to direct you to the website.
Next topic.
And always special guest Chris Palladino.
And always special guests.
Always the special guest.
Oh, he's special.
Oh, he's a guest. Put them together and you got special guest, Chris Palladino.
Special sauce.
And a moment of silence for Phil.
It's gonna be like it's just like he's here.
Wait.
Next topic.
This week's top story. The Nintendo Wii will launch in North America on November 19th and cost $250. Unlike the 360 and PlayStation 3, the Wii will retail in only one standard configuration. The standard bundle will include one wireless Wiimote, one nunchuck controller, and the title Wii Sports.
They're the littlest sports ever.
The Wii itself will sport 4 GameCube controller ports, 2 GameCube memory card slots, 2 USB ports, and an SD card slot. It's
That's a lot of
Wi-Fi
slots
capable.
for your Wii.
Your Wii, yeah, you could stick your Wii in a lot of slots. Wii Sports will introduce the gaming world to the new kinds of interactivity made possible by the Wiimote through minigames such as baseball, tennis, bowling, boxing, and golf.
Wii Sports like Toss the Dwarf and Leprechaun Shot Put.
And find the Lucky Charms.
Always after me, Lucky Charms.
They have these Mii's thing that is like a little avatar, and you can go into a virtual playground with other little avatars and dance around like Samuel L. Jackson does.
What?
Chris is being cut out of everything.
That doesn't even make any sense.
They have a virtual avatar called a Mii, M-I-I.
Oh,
And you
God.
make your avatar, and you put little pieces on his face. He looks like a little Lego man. And in the demos that I saw, they made Samuel L. Jackson. And they put him in a little sandbox with other little
thank
Miis,
you.
And they did a little disco dance.
So this is like
And-
is this like an online thing you're gonna be able to do with this? Like
Yeah, and my point was, that's kind of cool, that's kind of cute or whatever. But after about 30 seconds of that, I'm going to say, okay, what else do we have?
Yeah, did he say, get these snakes off my Wii?
There was a snake on my Wii, I'd be a little more enthusiastic than that.
Hey, Wii, one more time.
Next topic.
Zune was announced, like some of the details on the Microsoft kind of iPod killer product. From skimming, it's 30 gigabyte player, and I think their big thing is that it has wireless, and you can send songs to your pals, and you can listen to up to 3 times in 3 days. You can listen to one of the songs, and you can buy it directly.
That actually got me upset, because when I first heard that they were going to have wireless and I was going to be able to trade songs between other Zoom users, I thought, you know what, that's awesome. Until I found out it's a DRM mess. Just allow
pointless.
Wi-Fi and share songs. We're sharing songs regardless over the internet. What's the difference?
But
I'm not. I've never done that in my life. What are you talking about?
you're
All right,
not.
look at it this way.
Not a
When
valued
you-
employee like Christopher.
When you rob the elderly, don't you wait until they're like leaving the hospital or something instead of walking
you
up
gotta
to them
wait.
corner and then just punching them in the face and taking all their possessions?
You have to wait till they're walking back with their check from the Social Security office. That's when
Exactly.
you attack the elderly.
Because they always go into the bank and get everything in cash.
So it's got an FM tuner. We don't care, I guess. We don't care, I guess.
Nice segue.
I have a story. So I was walking to the post office the other day, and there was this old lady out in front of her yard, and she just fell down right in front of me.
Told you, it's funny, isn't it?
What do you do? It was so awkward. Do I go over to help her and lift her up? And she was clearly embarrassed. So of course I went over there and I tried to help her
You
up.
throw
but-
milk on her. It'll absorb into her graham cracker hips. The pain will ease.
So FM tuners, no one cares.
No. Listen to the radio.
Next topic.
Guild Wars Nightfall free preview. Guild Wars Nightfall is not an expansion. It is a new chapter in the Guild Wars saga. Well, Nightfall will be set on a desert island and introduces 2 new playable classes. The Paragon, a support class imbued with angelic magic that allows them to bestow blessing and protections onto other characters.
I was just gonna yell, gay.
And the Dervish, holy warriors that use acrobatic moves in close combat.
Dudes who spin in a circle and yell. Let's be honest. Healers and spinning warriors.
Whirling, always whirling.
What can we do to get more money? All right, desert island and
That's going to be some really interesting terrain, too. A desert. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, can I go out on a limb and say we're going to fight scorpions? I'm just gonna take a guess.
Don't forget giant lizards. I'm sure there'll be giant lizards.
What about irate camels?
They spin.
Whoop whoop! Get off me!
That would be an irate llama.
Next topic.
Can I say something completely unrelated to what we were talking about? When you guys are drunk, this show is considerably less funny because you're all trying really hard not to sound drunk, so we're not screwing around at all. And this has been one of the most informative and boring shows we've recorded, like, in recent memory.
Next topic.
15 megs downloads the crack. Yo ho ho and a hacksaw rum. Latest version and I paid you jack. Yo ho ho and a hacksaw rum.
Welcome to Gamertag. I just said Gamertag Radio.
Yeah, you wish we were the good show.
I know.
Next topic.
We have a brand new Gamercast Network Counter-Strike source server. Chad, drop the IP address.
8.9.9.56. Port 27015.
They're not gonna remember. Hey,
funny.
it's time for me to say 17 random digits in a row. 492.74.4.
Wait, 8.9.9.54 is hard to remember? Oh, wait, we're 56.
Yes.
aren't we?
56. not
I'm sorry.
Next topic.
If you didn't think Sony was in trouble before, wait until you hear this. Tony Hawk Project 8 will not have multiplayer support in the PS3. The reason? Only 2 months to launch, and third-party developers are just getting their dev kits now. Yeah, not only did they get a dev kit really late, but it was missing parts. Good luck if you want multiplayer on the PlayStation 3.
Now, will the Tony Hawk have multiplayer on the Xbox 360 or the other platforms?
Yeah, baby. I really
Apparently,
need to
yes.
not be on the show anymore.
Whatever you do, hide your enthusiasm.
Next topic.
Activision has announced that Guitar Hero will be made available on multiple platforms, with the Xbox 360 version being available in the first part of 2007. So all of you holding on to your PS2 because you wanted to play Guitar Hero 2, you can let go now.
No.
As you hear the crashing sound of Chris's PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I know.
eBay, here I come.
Next topic.
M-rated titles on the Wii? Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aime has announced there will be mature content on his Wii.
Shamalama ding dong.
Wait, I'm not done. Okay.
I thought of that one all day. Come on.
What happened to you guys giving me crap about the console formerly known as the Revolution? Now all of a sudden Tom takes the hosting and, Wii is fine. We totally accept Wii. We just giggle at it now for 10 minutes.
While he's talking
It's
about
a lot of words to say, and it comes
You
up
used
so
to not
often.
acknowledge me, though. You used to just ignore my word.
You know what, Chris? I apologize. You know what? From now, you're right, buddy, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And from now on, I refuse to acknowledge Tom when he says that word. And I will only acknowledge the console formerly known as Revolution.
Such a point. It was like
you know, it's my fault. I got lazy, Chris. I got the new job. I got tired and I got lazy. And thank you for reminding me because I need to stick to my guns.
You do.
Reggie goes on to say, EA has already announced that they're bringing The Godfather to our console, and we want every single best-selling game to be available on the Wii.
What was that? I'm sorry. Available on the what?
What?
I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
Reggie went on to say that he's meeting with GTA publisher Take-Two. Does this mean we can expect to see a GTA Wii?
A what?
A what?
But it makes it sound like they're going to try to get all of the popular titles that are going to be on 360 and Xbox to also come out on Wii.
That is an interesting strategy. I'm not sure if it'll work. Get popular titles on your console.
Next topic.
All right, no more Wii pre-orders through Amazon. Last Friday, which was September 15th.
Say it right.
Amazon began. No,
say it
because
right.
Wii was the greatest marketing move they could possibly. That name is awesome because everyone at it. And I said it in the past. It's whimsical and just fun to say. And you're gonna pick up your remote. You're gonna wave it around in the air, your little stick, and you're gonna say "Wee!" and you know you are.
I will not. Thank you.
So it's Wii, man, and you know what? Every time you guys say Revolution, guess what? I'm editing it out.
No, you're not.
Oh, that's low, dude.
That's
Because
funny.
anytime you talk, I'll edit it out in the main file. Son of a.
Next topic.
An audio message for Chris.
Hey guys, this is Andrew from Peoria. I'm a longtime listener to the show and really enjoy it. I kind of had a problem with Chris saying that it's not Microsoft's responsibility to make sure that games work right. Specifically, he was talking about Dead Rising not working right on SD TVs. And I would agree with him that it's not Microsoft's responsibility. If the 360 were an open platform, if we were talking about Windows, then yeah, it wouldn't be. But Microsoft's getting a cut of every single game sold. And, you know, part of the deal with a console, I think, is that for the consumer, is that means that we don't have to worry about compatibility issues and we don't have to worry if the game's going to crash on us and that kind of thing. I think that's just kind of part of the deal with a console.
All right, so Chris, can Microsoft escape scrutiny?
Like, whoop, whoop, here comes some marketing.
Oh, look at you. Very nice, dude. You're already dodging the topic.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. Spin, whirl, always whirling.
I don't even know what the question was, but dance, you bastard.
Microsoft certifies all the games.
So it's their fault. Thank you.
Like that
It's
last
like
thing you said.
when you have a computer and you have bought a brand new mouse, but the problem is that the mouse has USB and your computer actually only has a PS2 slot. So you go back to the store and you buy the USB to PS2 converter, except it's the really old one with the big 3 prongs, and you're like, oh, now what I got? So now you got to go buy like this crazy convergence device, and you finally get your mouse working, and when you put the thing next to your monitor, it like sucks the entire picture down into the lower right-hand corner because there's some crazy interference radio pattern thing because the FCC didn't really approve it. So when all is said and done, you end up just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to use my old PS2 ball mouse. The IntelliMouse is cool, but it's really not worth it because now my monitor is permanently damaged and you have to buy an LCD screen.
Oh, God.
I love it. You gotta leave that in the show.
Oh, definitely.
I wanted to laugh so hard through the whole.
So did I. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. that was pure artistry.
Thanks for your email, Andrew. Hope that answered your question.
Next topic.
Coke, sponsor of the GamerCast Network.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Ah, that'd be great.
I love my Coca-Cola product. It's giving me diabetes at a slower pace than Pepsi. Blizzard, turning my A- into C+ since 1998.
Next topic.
Do we have GamerCastNetwork.com/wow up?
Yeah, I was going to ask that question too, Tom, since I, kind of run the website and it doesn't exist there. So I guess by Monday we have to have a site up. Okay, gotcha.
Good job, Chad. By the way,
Next topic.
a lot of people are screaming at the Xbox Live Vision camera. If anybody at these GameStops or EB Games is telling you that it's our fault and it's not going to be out until Christmas, that is poppycocks. And the other thing is, there is kind of a write-up for those of you who aren't aware of how to protect yourself online as far as people showing their boobies and their their pee-pee and stuff on their Xbox Vision Cam. It's a very easy.
You use such professional terms for them. Poppycocks! And then people are showing their boobies and their pee-pees!
Yes. Yes, you like that?
Thanks, Mom, when I was 5.
They're manberry.
Showed me the twig and the berries.
Next topic.
I saw a fat woman fall off a treadmill at the gym. And it was even funnier because she tried to get back on without turning it off and then face planted into it again. It was awesome. That totally made my week.
Did you at least point and laugh?
Actually, I was very aloof about the whole thing. I didn't realize it was funny till 5 minutes later. As she fell, I was just like, yes, fat woman fell. Get this out of here. Away with her. You're distracting me from my workout. Oh, look, she fell again.
Next topic.
Quickly approaching is the Wii launch, and I think all of us...
I'll be picking up a Revolution, yes.
Yes. All of us in some way or another are excited about the console formerly called Revolution, and we'll be talking a lot about that. So
I'll be talking about Chris Ivan's Wii.
Yes.
On a
I'd like to see Chris Ivan's Wii, because I'm not sure if I'll have my own, so I'd like to see his.
You're more than welcome to come out and play with my Wii whenever you like.
Okay, we need to stop, because I think we promised never to make those kind of jokes on this show.
But it's so easy.
I know. It's fine. We need to make more jokes about leprechauns and dwarves. That's okay. That kind of Wii joke is fine.
Next topic.
Okay, so EA is finally snuggling up with the Xbox Live. They're selling extra content for EA games. Some of the content makes sense. Stadiums for Madden 07. But then the other content doesn't make so much sense. Throwback uniforms for Madden 07 and possibly minigames for Madden 07.
The minigames, well, I don't know how good a minigame
like
for football would
steroids?
be.
Or beat up the hooker?
Or crash your motorcycle?
Or father the kid?
Be an accomplice to murder, but somehow still be allowed to play in the NFL.
There's all sorts of mini games you can play with the NFL.
Actually, I think one of the other things they're going to do is like they're going to have other games used as well, like the Tiger Woods PGA golf games, where you actually be able to have to go to a pro store and buy stuff for your golf or buy extra courses. So those kind of things make sense.
No, it doesn't. They should put the courses in the game so you can play the game the way you paid the money for the game. Give me the content for the game.
At least you're not bitter.
Oh, you could buy the game for $50.
You're right.
But you don't get any cars or anything. If you want the content of the game, EA is a whore. They fill their pants with pudding and parade around the street.
That's the definition of a whore?
Apparently.
Next topic.
Sony just makes up on a whim. It's like a PlayStation 1 console, and you press a little button and it flips up, and it's got the little magic 8-ball dice in there, and they just shake it up. And yes, 1080p. So high def doesn't start until we say it does, and shake up.
Doesn't start until the magic 8-ball says it does. Signs pointing no.
It's just like they just say the most random stuff.
Here's the Sony quote of the week. European consumers have shown that historically they don't mind the delays because they end up buying as many PlayStations, if not more, than the US and Japan.
What a... He's a... That's all I can say about that.
Next topic.
All right, one last question, Chris. Who would win in a fight, Spider-Man or Batman?
Oh, it depends who's writing it.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
That was my response.
That is the right answer. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it depends on who's writing it, but if you were writing it, who would win?
Batman. Yeah.
I'm not asking you idiots, I'm asking him.
If I was writing it, Punisher would come in and kill them both.
Well,
so it wouldn't matter.
Next topic.
This is from the Iron Muffin. What do you guys think is the biggest guilty geek pleasure? Chad, I think this question is directed at you.
Why me?
Look around the room that you're currently sitting in.
What's up with the room you're currently...
Wall-to-wall action figures and comic books and...
Lots of comic books, statues, posters, DVDs.
Programming books.
Yeah. A couple computers.
So, Chad, what's your most guilty pleasure?
Let's do it. Just go around the room. What's your biggest dork moment that you'd hate to admit? Just do it now.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
When we used to turn down going out with Christy and Sarah to play Counter-Strike on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Wow, that did just take the cake.
Damn,
right
we should have made him go last.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make something up. Playing D&D and
watching the Thundercats.
Watching Thundercats.
And dressed up as a magician.
Playing D&D.
Yeah, in a cosplay outfit, using Star Wars action figures to reenact Star Trek.
No, you're playing D&D while LARPing in the Star Wars universe. Huh? There you go. Look at the links we have to make up to match what you just did. Oh, I know my biggest dork moment. Look, dude, I totally was on this video game podcast for like a year and a half without getting paid.